What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and baby, let's get into the drama of it all. So, Porsha just filed for divorce. Like, it hasn't even been three days since I did. Oh my gosh, y'all! It hasn't even been 3 days. Let me get my thoughts together. It hasn't even been 3 days since I did a video about Simon and Porsha and his whole situation with his citizenship. And then today, People magazine released the article about Porsha filing for divorce after 15 months of marriage. Let's get into it. So let's get into it, you guys. The article is coming from People magazine. And again, you guys already know, in the description bar below, you'll be able to access the article for yourself. So it starts off like this. Porsha Williams files for divorce from Simon Guobadia after 15 months of marriage exclusive. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum wed the Nigerian-born businessman in November of 2022. Porsha Williams and Simon Guobadia's marriage is coming to an end over a year after they tied the knot. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum filed for divorce from Guobadia on Thursday in Atlanta, according to court documents obtained by People. News of their split comes as rumors fly online about Guobadia's current citizenship status. However, a source tells People the divorce is unrelated to the recent allegations involving Simon's past. The cause of this split is an ongoing matter, added the insider. Williams, 42, and Guobadia, 59, said, "I do" in November of 2022 in a Nigerian traditional native law and custom ceremony, followed by an American ceremony in Atlanta. The pair announced their engagement in May of 2021 after 1 month of dating. "Yes, we are crazy in love," Williams captioned a selfie with Guobadia. "I know it's fast, but we are living life each day to its fullest. I choose happiness every morning and every night." Guobadia echoed Williams' sentiments, telling his followers that he asked her to marry him because we all checked each other's boxes, and then some. Earlier this month, the reality star turned entrepreneur, whose mom to 4-year-old daughter Pilar from a previous relationship, announced she is set to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for an upcoming season 16. After 2 years away from the Bravo series. She also signed an overall scripted deal with NBC Universal on scripted project opportunities across the company's broadcast and streaming properties. "I'm incredibly thankful for the vision and faith NBC Universal has put in me to be a large part of their family," she said in a statement. "I am looking forward to being back on Real Housewives of Atlanta and showing the world my new world." Williams first joined Real Housewives of Atlanta back in season 15. After leaving the show in season 13, she and Guobadia appeared together on Real Housewives spinoffs Porsha Family Matters in 2021. She last starred in the third season of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which aired last season. So y'all, I am genuinely shocked that they are getting a divorce this soon. Now, honestly, I thought they were only going to be together for like 3 years, 4 at the most. But to only be together for less than 2 years, like 15 months, girl, you couldn't even make it to 2 years. And it kind of lends a little bit of like weight to the theory that I've been seeing a lot of people say, that they think Porsha was the one, or had her people leak the story about Simon and his fight for his citizenship. Because what I find hilarious is when all of this information was coming out, Simon gonna post this post like 5 days ago with the song Good Old America playing, and he wrote in African. I forgot to get the translator, but he was saying, like, I guess people in the comments were saying, he was basically saying that he was good. Then on Tuesday, he gonna post this: "Happy Tuesday to all who ever overcome and persevere in life. You are winning. #42 years living in America." Then his most recent post, which is like 21 hours old, it says, in the last 17 years, grateful for the opportunity to be able to grow our businesses, which in turn keep employing and feeding more American families and fueling the American economy. That's the real American dream. When you are blessed, when you bless others with opportunities, with this weird look of him staring in the sky, like a scammer gonna scam, y'all. And I don't feel bad for Porsha. Porsha is a liar who got caught up, because we're not gonna act like you getting with him was some magical, fantastical, beautiful thing. And I don't care that Simon and Fallon were having issues. Like, let's call a thing a thing. If you were having issues with your husband or your boyfriend or even a situationship, okay? Like, let's be honest, y'all. And you communicated that to your coworker, or you didn't communicate that and you invited your coworker over to your house to like hang out. And then next thing you know, a few months go by, you and your boyfriend, your husband, or your situationship, your relationship begins to dissolve, or y'all think about breaking up, or y'all plan on breaking up or getting a divorce. And then he steps out a month or 2 months after he announces, or y'all both announce that y'all are breaking up with your coworker that you brung over to your house. You are going to be pissed. Nothing about that is cute. You are going to be livid, and you probably gonna want to go lay hands on that lady. So I feel like you guys be trying to bend yourselves into pretzels and do mental gymnastics to justify what Porsha did, because one, she is your fave, and two, pretty privilege is a mother, and it works for a lot of beautiful people in this world. And I honestly think that's all that it is, because there's no way in real life you would think that was okay. There's no way you would think that was okay. And if you do think that's okay, you need to reevaluate the way you view things, in my opinion. And I wonder what happened that made her file. Like, because Porsha likes to curate this perfect image for all of us. And for me, I never really paid attention to it, if I'm going to be honest. After Porsha Family Matters, I kind of just paid Porsha dust, her and Simon. So I never really paid attention to what was going on. But then when I would see different blogs post about her and Simon, it always felt curated to give this certain perception or this certain feel that she wanted the fans to see or view her as, that she made the right choice by, doing what she did to get with Simon, and that she's living this glorious life, going to Dubai and going to Costa Rica and going to Nigeria. That's what it's really giving, because the last time her and Simon was together, her last post she made about her and Simon was 5 days ago. And she said this: my rider died, and yes, he thought he was going to die. # be his peace at Simon Guobadia. And it's her and him in Dubai, and she's like driving on the water. And I'm just kind of like, ultimately, what was the end goal of all of this? For real, like, what was the end goal? And I was watching Erica De Niro's video, and y'all should check her content out. I really enjoy the diva, and I'll put her information on the screen so you can look it up for yourself. But she was talking about this information when it first came out about Simon's citizenship, and she said something about Porsha gives the effect that she's one of the girls that doesn't care by hook or come crook. And I'm paraphrasing how she gets that lifestyle. As long as she can taste it or experience at least one good time, it's good for her. And I think that's what it is, because this doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like what's going to annoy me the most about this is Porsha is going to use this to evade accountability, which makes me feel like I'm getting played in my face. And the reason why I say that is Porsha's going to be center peach. She is going, like, this story is too crazy and messy and salacious to not give Porsha center peach. And people have been waiting for her return for the past 2 seasons. They've been wanting her to be a part of this. But I feel like this divorce news and the whole Simon scamming situation is going to help her avoid accountability of people really holding her feet to the fire about how she got with that man. Because again, she got with him in a messy way and it's ending in a messy way. Like, let's be honest, y'all. Like, she took her co-worker's husband. She was too much of a coward and she didn't want the girls to eat her up. After season 13, that she left the show. When we saw her on Porsha's Family Matters, her and Simon had this messy but kind of decently coiffed story about how they got with each other. Like, we don't know who slid in whose DMs first, and she was just checking up on him. But then when we see her do interviews, she's talking about how she knew him a while ago because she used to visit his clubs and all of that stuff. To when we see you on Ultimate Girls Trip and Candace questions you about how you and your husband got together, now all of a sudden you have a better story because you had time to like curate how you wanted to present this to us. And most people have kind of somewhat forgiven you for your past of like transgressions of how you got with this man, that like, okay, Candace asking you about it kind of pissed people off, but people still wanted to know, and they thought your response or your answer was decent enough. So now you're back on, you're coming back, you have this NBC Universal scripted deal. Now we're going to be looking at you as a mother and a wife, and we're supposed to like bypass how you got with him. And now we're not going to be focused on you was messing around with your coworker's husband. Now we're focused on you potentially getting scammed by this man, which I don't believe she did, because based off of those documents that were released, they got married 10 days after he was denied, or he asked for a hearing and they told him again, no bro, you're denied on November the 15th, but they got married on November the 25th. To me, she had to know, because the reason why I say that is when they do those interviews, they interview your whole entire family. They question your spouse because they're trying to make sure that this relationship is a real relationship. And she had to go through those interviews. So that means you knew what was up. To me, you knew what was up, girl. You may not have known everything, but you knew the important details and the important parts. It just didn't work out the way you wanted it to. But I feel like we might be getting scammed. We are not going to be focused on how she got with Simon. She is going to be able to be center peach with evading accountability, because everyone's going to be like, well, he might have scammed her. Like, it's like kind of like giving her the benefit of the doubt that possibly she could have been scammed. But still, even if you were scammed, you got scammed because you was messing with that lady's husband. Like, let's call a thing a thing. And to me, these are the actions of your consequences. Like, you got with that man in a fraudulent way, and now it's ending in a fraudulent and messy way. All right, y'all. So that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic, and definitely hop down in them comments below and let me know your thoughts. Do you think we getting scammed and this is a scheme set up by Porsha and Simon because they're still on each other's social media? Or do you think this is a great way for Porsha to escape accountability for the way her and Simon got together? And are you surprised that they're actually getting a divorce? Do you think they'll ever reconcile? But let me know your thoughts below. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.